Let's talk about a company in Botswana called Kalahari Agritech. They're taking on some of the toughest childhood illnesses out there. We're talking severe epilepsy and autism. Their mission? It's a big one, to bring together top-tier pharmaceutical-grade science with real human compassion. It's a whole new way of thinking about medicine, so let's dive in and see how they're doing it.
So, here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll get a handle on the sheer size of the health challenge they're up against. Then, we'll look at the new hope coming out of Botswana and break down how they're mixing science with compassion. After that, we'll dig into their pretty unique sustainable care model. And finally, we'll look ahead to what this could all mean for the future of treatment.
Okay, so to really appreciate the solution that Kalahari Agritech is building, you first have to understand just how huge the problem is that they're trying to solve. Let's start with epilepsy. I mean, look at that number. 65 million people around the globe are living with it. But here's the part that really gets me. For almost a third of them, the usual drugs just don't work. That leaves nearly 20 million people with very few options, if any at all. And then you have autism. We're looking at least 150 million people on the spectrum worldwide. And that number is climbing every single year, which just goes to show you there's this massive, growing need for new kinds of support and treatment. You know, these huge numbers don't even tell the whole story. Behind every single one is a family. The source material really drives home the human cost. It's not just the insane financial burden, but the fact that a parent often has to quit their job just to give the kind of 24/7 care that's needed. It's immense. So, with that massive global need as a backdrop, a totally new approach is starting to emerge, and it's coming from a place you might not expect. Botswana. And this is them, Kalahari Agritech. Their vision is so much bigger than just making a product. They're actually trying to build a global care brand, and it's all built on two fundamental ideas: the absolute best organic cultivation and real heartfelt care for families. So you can really see their two-part mission here. On the one hand, yeah, they want to provide treatment that actually changes lives. But on the other hand, they're building a brand that families can look at and see as a symbol of trust, of support, of compassion. So, the big question is, how do they actually plan to do all this? Well, their entire method is built on 3 core pillars. And there they are: hardcore science, totally organic production, and compassionate care. And look, this isn't just some marketing tagline. This is their foundation. It means that every single step, from the dirt the plants grow in, to the lab where it's made, to the support a family gets, is all about quality and empathy. This image really shows you what that third pillar, compassionate care, looks like in the real world. Their plan is to set up community health centers, not just as clinics to get medicine, but as hubs where whole families can go for medical advice, for resources, and to find a community that gets it. Okay, let's nerd out on the science for a minute, because this is fascinating. You know, with any medicine, it's not just about what's in the pill. The real question is, how much of it can your body actually use? That's what scientists call bioavailability. And this is where their work is just wow. Kalahari Agritech's special patented systems can achieve an incredible 98% bioavailability. Think about that. It means your body gets to use pretty much the entire dose. For a doctor, for a parent, that's a game changer. It means treatment is way more predictable, more consistent, and more effective. And the proof is in the pudding, right? Look at these results. In an early study, their epilepsy strain helped reduce seizures in 70% of the subjects, and with no serious safety issues. Now compare that to the main FDA-approved drug, which had a 54% reduction rate and reported serious side effects in 30% of patients. I mean, that difference is just massive. Having a powerful mission is one thing, but to make it actually work long-term, you need a business model that's just as powerful. Their financial model is honestly brilliant. It's this self-sustaining cycle. It starts with top-quality organic cultivation and manufacturing that meets the highest pharmaceutical standards. Then, the money from sales to people who can afford it gets funneled right back into providing free medicine and services for families who can't. It's profit with a real purpose. For the sales side of things, they're using an established global brand, Cali Organics. This is a smart move because it helps them build trust around the world pretty quickly and guarantees that the quality is standardized no matter where you buy it. And this sustainable model is absolutely crucial for their autism treatment. The source material calls this a potential world first. Right now, there aren't any other pharmaceutical drugs known to reduce the actual biological markers of autism. This isn't just about managing symptoms. This is about potentially treating the condition on a much deeper level.
It's offering real hope where there wasn't any before. So where do they go from here? Let's take a look at their vision for the future and how they're planning to get this new model of care out into the world. They have a very clear step-by-step plan. They start by partnering with existing hospitals in Botswana to build credibility. Step 2 is running more clinical studies to really back up the science. From there, they'll build out a wider distribution network, all leading up to the final phase, launching their very own community care centers. And guiding this entire journey is a really strong ethical compass. Things like a patient-first philosophy and radical transparency. These aren't just buzzwords for them. They're actually built into the company's legal DNA to make sure that the mission to help families will always, always come before profits. When you get right down to it, this quote says it all. By bridging nature and science, their goal is to completely change the conversation around medical cannabis, to shift it from just being a product to being a trusted, evidence-based therapy that both doctors and families can truly rely on. And that leaves us with this one big, important question to think about. What we're seeing from Kalahari Agritech is this incredible model born in Botswana. But could this blend of hardcore science, real compassion, and a smart business plan be something more? Could this actually become the new blueprint for how we treat our most vulnerable people all over the world?